All right, welcome in. Just got off a TikTok live. I do a podcast prep show on there for 35 minutes, so feel free to follow us on there. Everybody chimes in, gives their ideas on topics, and we're rolling. So let's get into the games over this weekend, and then we'll touch on Lakers. I also want to touch on the head coaching carousel they got going on right now. So if that sounds good, roll with me. I'll make it quick. I'm not going to be here all day with you guys. I just wanted to kind of give you guys a quick skinny of it. Now, we'll just talk about real quick Josh Allen and the Bills. Josh Allen loses, right? And I felt bad. After watching that game, it felt like Josh Allen should have won, right? Ultimately, the Bills were supposed to win that game because there is no Burrow, there is no Lamar, there is no Mahomes. So that's why I think he was so emotional. You know what I'm saying? I feel for the guy. I really do. But at the end of the day, you can't fumble twice, throw 2 interceptions, and expect people to really ultimately feel bad for you. The Broncos deserved it, and they pulled that out. It just is what it is. And then they go ahead and fire their coach. So right after the game, I already said, you guys know I call Josh Allen Brussels sprouts. I always say he's never going to be the main dish that you guys try to serve him up to be, a la losing in the playoffs. Because you got to perform in the playoffs, man. Like, I hate when people... Like, you can crown somebody. Like, they did this to Peyton Manning. I was a big Peyton Manning guy, and they just killed him until he got over the hump. Until you get over the hump, you deserve all the criticism that comes with it, whether fortunate or not. The one thing I can say about Josh Allen is you had a running back who won the rushing title this year. You had a solid defense. You had Khalif Shakur. Cooks was great for you those last 3 games. He really was. It's unfortunate, but now we got to look at your GM. Brandon Beane, I believe is his name. And the problem with him is, you can't sit here and not give Josh Allen these players, right? So it's easy to look at the GM and blame him. But what I say is they had Stephon Diggs. Josh Allen just wasn't throwing him the ball consistently. And Josh Allen is one of those players that's so good, he can get anybody the ball except number 0. I forgot that receiver that they benched earlier this year and they tried to bring him back in the playoffs. That guy needs to be cut. He was supposed to be something. Once they got rid of Diggs, they picked him up expecting him to be something. He ended up being absolutely nothing. So you got to blame the GM. But there was a lot of other people saying he was going to be something too. So it's like, can you blame the GM? But at the same time, no, you got to blame Josh Allen because Josh Allen didn't keep Stephon Diggs happy. The same way Josh Allen fumbled twice and once right before the second half with 12 seconds left. By the time the Broncos picked up the ball, there was 2 seconds left, enough time to kick a field goal, go up by 10, I believe, going into the half. But regardless, they ended up losing by 3. That 3 points from that Josh Allen fumble was a thing. So I see why you're so emotional. 2 picks, 2 fumbles. I hate to see you crying, but at the same time, whoop-de-doo. Dude, this is on you. You can sit here and blame the GM, blame the coach, use the coach as a scapegoat and fire him. I just think Sean McDermott's going to get picked up fast. Super fast. It's like 9 coaching vacancies. We'll talk about a few of them. But he's going to be picked up so fast, it's going to make it look like, yeah, whatever. But then, I'm going to say the same thing I said about Harbaugh. You had Lamar Jackson. Now you're going to the Giants. Do we expect you to be better? Sean McDermott, you couldn't win with Josh Allen. Do we expect you to be better? But hey, maybe you won't have somebody trying to be Superman. You know what I mean? Who knows? I mean, everybody got what they got over there in Buffalo. I don't feel bad for nobody. You got to win that game. You got to figure out a way to do it. Let's move on. CJ Stroud. I don't know who's better, you or Tua Tagovailoa. I would get rid of you and go pick up Malik Willis from the Green Bay Packers. That's exactly what I'd do if I was Texas. His 5th-year option, I believe it's $25 million. I'm not paying it. Not for that dope. I'm just being honest. You were good 1 year. Your rookie year. And I keep saying this. His rookie year, I was watching with my eyes. And that's why I never picked him up the following year in fantasy because I was like, yeah, I don't see it. I see a lot of lucky throws, a lot of last-minute comebacks, the same way I see about Caleb Williams. But Caleb Williams has that flash, though. He can give you like those plays where it's like, man, you're so dumb. But man, that high is high. I never saw that high with CJ. And then as you 3 years removed? Been in the league 3-4 years now? Next year will be his 4th year? That's vet. You're a vet. Average stay in the NFL is like 2 years. NFL is a tough league. And CJ Stroud, after the game, didn't cry, didn't show. He was just like, I'll be back, my faith in God. And, and he gave like a little, I get it. People do the nervous laugh. You're up there in front of a bunch of people and you have to address your situation for the season. But no, I don't feel bad. Like CJ, I need to see you crying on that podium. Oh, I can't believe I did that. I've never played that bad in my life. This is just not up there acting humble like a quarterback. You're not that guy, bucko. And you're really, I mean, you are too. Who's better? The fact that I have to ask that question right now is embarrassing. You should be embarrassed. I mean, it's unbelievable what I actually watched with my own two eyes. I just couldn't. Drake May had 4 fumbles. The fact that that game was as close as it was, I mean, everybody's acting like the Patriots just beat up on the Texans. That's not what happened. That boy C.J. Stroud had like 4 picks, and I think they maybe got 3 points out of all 4 of those picks. That defense the Texans have was balling. They did their thing. I felt so bad for the defense. But if you're that defense today, you're waking up and you're like, yeah, that light-skinned dude with the goofy dreads got to go. Off my team. ASAP Rocky. Gotta go. Yeah, let's move on. Seahawks 49ers. Look, I said if the Eagles would have played the 49ers 10 times, they would have won 8 out of those 10 times. Unfortunately, what ended up happening is we beat up on them. George Kittle torn ACL. We just beating up on those guys. They're already down to, backups who didn't even play full season, so they don't even have like full healthy legs. Like, they're just getting in the rhythm of it. And ultimately, you go to Seattle. I mean, first kickoff of the game, you basically got a beast quake on the kickoff return. That was probably just electric to be up in there. And it's funny because all of my Seahawks friends, ain't none of them at the game, no. None of you guys was at the game. None of y'all was at the game. I'm a big Hawks fan, Blue Friday. You weren't at the game, though. Anyways, probably would have been a great game to be at. But ultimately, it was just a slaughtering. It was like 41-6. Somebody said something funny. I was like, look, they said after that first play where he scored the kickoff return, even if they would have never scored again, they would have won the game. I mean, the 49ers were so beat up. That's why it's even more embarrassing that the Eagles lost. Let's move on from that. Rams, Bears. Look, let's just get straight to it. I don't want to watch any more playoff games in bad weather. None, man. I hate to be that guy, but, there's no home field advantage to players playing on snow. I know they like to believe so. The only advantage would be like, maybe, we can get loud and throw some snowballs. But like, bro, it's just a hard watch. I want my best, fastest twitcher. The players who are most athletically gifted that we pay for should have the opportunity to display that and take advantage of people who aren't as good. And when you're playing on snow, it evens it out. The defensive pass rush isn't as strong. I don't like that. I'm not the biggest fan of that. I don't know. But everybody's going to talk about the throw Caleb made. Awesome throw. Whoop-de-doo. Nobody's going to talk about the 3 picks he threw. Right after he made that throw, they go to overtime. And what does Caleb do as they're marching for the win? He's in the pocket and throws an obvious interception. Just undeniably, like, come on, man. You got to be better than that. You really do. Like, I get it. We're going to overpraise Caleb. Him and Ben Johnson going to be the next 2 hottest things coming into next year. But you can't throw that interception. You know what I mean? And there's things as quarterbacks you just can't do. Clock is running down. You know what I mean? You got to throw the ball away. Kick the field goal. You can't get down in bounds and lose the time. Like, there's just little things as quarterbacks that you just got to always be in charge of. And one thing is not giving the ball up. 3 interceptions is inexcusable. I don't care what the conditions were. I didn't see a blizzard. I was able to see on my TV screen. But great season for the Bears. But send you packing. I got the Rams and the Broncos. I would like to see in the championship, but I know it's going to be Patriots, Rams. I think Seattle finally gets what they had 22nd strength of schedule this year. They're 22nd in the strength of schedule. I'm not impressed. Like, I think they've had a lot of those squeaky wins. The fact that the schedule was that easy and they got the number 1 seed, I'm just like, that's my problem with football. I don't want any, I don't think because you win the Super Bowl, you should get a first place schedule. Like, the Eagles didn't get back-to-back home games all season. I'm like, come on. And then they had to play, it's the first game of the year, Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I don't know, man. I want a little bit of fairness, in just all around. I don't care if you win the Super Bowl or not. Randomize it. Let's run it. Yeah. Anyways, so that's what my thoughts on the games. We'll move on. Falcons, hire Kevin Stefanski. Not impressed. Now, the defensive coordinator, Jeff Olberich or whatever, who was already there, he seems like a rah-rah players coach kind of guy, but my issue is you were already there and I've seen you suck all year. You were getting numbers ran on you all year. So maybe they think he's smarter than he actually is, but I see it to be a lot better than last year. They'll probably win 3 more games than they did last year. But my real question is, what's the QB situation? Because Penix obviously isn't that guy. UW guy too. But Kirk Cousins, you got to keep him on the roster because the fact you thought Penix was better than Kirk Cousins is crazy to me. That means you don't want to win. That means you're trying to set up a young quarterback. No. I'm bringing in quarterbacks who are ready to play. Do you see how when Jordan Love got hurt, Malik Willis came in and he was just the guy? You didn't have to like coach him up. He came in licking his lips, ready to throw that thing. Pause. You know what I mean? That's where the quarterback should be. If he's not there, we're not going to play you and bring you along, especially if I'm a veteran. Maybe it's my last year under contract. Last year I'm with this team. I'm trying to win now. Put in Kirk. Kirk knows how to read defenses. Kirk's a smart dude. Yeah, he does dopey things, but Kirk knows what he's doing. And the fact that Penix got the go-ahead over him, somebody deserves to be fired. And that's what happened. Moving on. Dolphins hire a defensive coach. Like, come on, man. Jeff Hafley. He was the Packers defensive coordinator. Like, if you look at this guy, you're just like, this is why teams suck. This is why teams are really bad. If you're going to do that, just go get you a college coach, a young college coach nobody knows, and let's just run it that way. You know what I'm saying? Eric Bieniemy, shout out to Andy Reid, bro. This is why I say Andy Reid is the greatest coach of all time. Let Michael Vick play when he got out of jail. Like, Andy Reid, he just gives men chances and second chances. And believe Taco Tuesdays. I remember they were doing that with Andy Reid forever, and they never gave that up. Andy Reid isn't only a player's coach. I think he's the smartest coach. I think he draws up great schemes, and I think he makes great player and people moves. Most importantly, people moves. You notice how they brought back Juju Smith-Schuster, Kareem Hunt. Yeah, they do have difficulties with the receivers and domestic violence cases. But I think Andy Reid believes in second chances. In this league, it's about player personnel and people who do the right thing. Juju would come in, he would catch the ball when it was thrown to him, and he would set blocks. And that was his job. His job wasn't to be the number 1 or number 2 or number 3. He did his job. And I think that's what we get lost in sometimes as sports fans. This player's on his team to do a job. And as long as he does his one job, he can come back at any time and play on this team. And I think that's the incredible part about Andy Reid. But yeah, to give the offensive coordinator, my boy Eric Bieniemy, another chance after he got fired from UCLA. This year, he was the Bears running backs coach. I love that. Love that. And I thought him and Patrick Mahomes had a beef. Not a beef, but just like, I'm not fond of that guy. Let's get a new guy. Because I think they felt like Eric Bieniemy kept getting passed up on head coaching jobs. So he's like, forget it. I'll just go to college and be an offensive coordinator. You need to go to college and be a head coach. But regardless, if you were going to take the job, whatever. Yeah, it's glad to see him with another chance. Tonight, we got Indiana, Miami. I don't believe in Carson Beck. I think he looks a little bit slow to me sometimes, respectfully, unrespectfully. But I'm going to roll with Indiana. I'm going to roll with the undefeated team. We're going to see if we can happen. Might be a lot of pressure. I remember when the Patriots tried to go undefeated, they couldn't. So we'll see how that ends up. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys for football. I had a Lakers spiel I wanted to get into, but I'll make that on a longer video at another time. I just want to keep this one football. So thank you for tuning in. I'm rolling with Indiana tonight. The NFL is winding down, unfortunately. Incredible season. Didn't work out the way it worked out. I wanted it to work out for my Eagles, and I'm sure for a lot of you guys, it didn't work out the way you wanted your team to. But that's the beauty of just sports in general, man. You can't have it the same way every time, and nothing can be bought, especially in the football realm. So thank you for being here. I'm out.